If you think back, the reason we developed Daily 5, we wanted to teach small group and one-on-one. We knew that was the best way to meet those kids' needs. So we got our wish, we figured it out, and then the phone call started. What are you teaching? What are you teaching?
And that really is what we started digging into, and that is where Cafe was born. And it's pretty, I think it's kind of funny in that we wrote Daily 5 before we really totally developed Cafe. And so we never did say in Daily 5 that there was like this next step.
Because we weren't ready for it. Well,
Right.
We didn't know we'd have a second book either.
Yeah.
And we were still in that process of figuring it out for our kids. And so it really, it's a perfect marriage though. Once we know what those kids are doing, that makes a huge difference in their literate lives and follows the research. The research is very clear. They need to read and write more. It's also common sense. You get better when you do it more.
Right, and we have built that time in for Daily 5. It's built into that structure. But then, that's not enough, and we always knew that. I mean, you just can't sit and ask kids just to read and expect that they're going to become proficient readers. It's that next step of, they need that one-on-one guidance of explicit instruction on skills that they specifically need, and then skills that maybe a group of them needs, and then, I mean, how do you even decide whole group? But our assessment with Cafe helps with understanding all of that.
And I think probably as important as the assessment piece is the whole notion of, how do I know what to teach? Because we give these great assessments, but what do I learn from them? What can I cull from those? And then how do I put it into place, one-on-one and small group, for that exquisite instruction? And I think a huge piece for us, and I think other teachers have struggled with, is how do I keep track of it? Some of us are in schools that have an exorbitant amount of children in our rooms, but whether you have 38 or if you have 10, we need to be able to keep track of that learning so that our instruction is seamless and it's really focused on what those kids need. It's explicit.
It is, and we're able to do that because the other thing that I think is important to know is you can use any assessment. We're not saying that you have to have a specific one. It's really taking whatever assessment you're using and overlaying the Cafe menu, because that is the piece that helps you decide where are you going to go next. And not only kids, not only teachers, it's really in kid language too, so kids can be part of that discussion and part of the ownership of those skills so that they can move forward in their own learning.
So it really is that Daily 5 is so important. Get them up and running and get them independent. And then what is the teaching? And that's where Cafe just comes right in alongside and helps us, so we really can get our kids to make the kind of growth that we see consistently year after year.
And we get this question so much, you know, when the kids are out reading, how do you hold them accountable? And that's when we go, oh yeah, that's Cafe, because we're out among them. That's the accountability of our teaching, monitoring our teaching, and then also giving them the skills and strategies that they so desperately deserve from us.
And it goes back to what you said. We can't just have Daily 5 because it's the independence, but we have Daily 5 so we can really give them that exquisite instruction that they all deserve.